Ever buy something and think, wait a minute, why did I buy this?
Happens all the time, right?
Yeah, like you're walking past a store, something catches your eye, and suddenly you need it.
You didn't even know you wanted it a minute ago.
Exactly. And today we're going to dig into why that happens. We're doing a deep dive into the psychology behind marketing, how copywriting actually gets us to click buy.
This stuff works, right?
It really does, and we've got some research here that gets kind of technical, but...
We're going to break it all down, right?
Absolutely. We're going for those aha moments.
Love it. It's amazing how much strategy goes into, like, even a simple slogan.
Oh, totally.
Like, you see marketing everywhere,
Yeah.
but when you know the mechanisms behind it...
It's like a superpower.
Right. Gives you a real edge.
Absolutely. It's like learning the magician's secrets. Only this time, it's the marketer's playbook.
I like that. The marketer's playbook.
And every good playbook starts with the goals.
Yeah.
What are they trying to achieve with this campaign, right?
Makes sense.
Our research here lays out 4 main goals for pretty much any marketing campaign.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
All right, so first, they got to grab your attention.
That's a given. If they can't get your attention, they've got nothing.
Exactly. Then convince you their product, whatever it is worth your time.
Right. Got to make it seem worthwhile.
And then, of course, the big one, get you to actually do something.
Visit a website, make a purchase, sign up for something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the conversion, right? But ideally...
They're not just a one-time customer.
You got it.
Right.
They want you coming back for more. And that's where the 4th goal comes in. Satisfaction.
Keep them happy and they'll keep coming back. Makes sense.
Right. And what's interesting is how these goals, they can play out in different ways.
Oh, for sure. Like a billboard on the highway is going to grab you instantly.
Yeah.
But maybe like a company blog post.
Yeah.
That could take more time.
That's a great point.
Different approaches, right?
Totally. It's like the difference between...
A sprint and a marathon.
Perfect analogy. And the research we're looking at today, this is more of a marathon runner.
Okay, I'm following you.
It's focused on how these longer campaigns, how they actually build like a whole psychological mechanism in our minds.
Ooh, I like that. Psychological mechanism. Sounds intense.
It is. And it all comes down to storytelling.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Think about it. Good marketing, it's not just listing features, right? It's about connecting with us on an emotional level.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Like, think about Apple. They're not just selling you a phone. They're selling you, like, a whole lifestyle.
Right. Aspiration. That think different vibe.
Exactly. It's aspirational. And that's way more persuasive than just, like, specs on a screen.
For sure. For sure. You buy the feeling there.
You got it. And once you understand that storytelling aspect of it, you start to see the structure.
Structure.
Yeah, like any good story, there's a beginning, middle, and an end.
Okay, I'm liking this. Break it down for me.
So let's break it down. Our research, it gets into this 4-step copywriting strategy. And it really lays out that structure.
4 steps.
Yeah, and they use this example of, like, an investment product campaign.
Oh, timely. Everyone's thinking about their investments these days.
Right. So step 1, it's all about the idea. They need to hook you right away.
The hook, that's crucial.
Right. And in this example, they use the example of a question, something like, tired of feeling financially insecure.
Ooh, yeah. That hits home for a lot of people.
Right. It's tapping into a real concern, a real pain point.
For sure. And the language is so important there. Tired. Insecure. Those are loaded words.
Wow, I never thought about it like that, but you're right.
They evoke an emotional response.
It makes sense, though.
Totally.
Okay, so they've got your attention. Now they move on to the next stage, right? The communication stage.
Right. So what do?
This is where they build on that initial hook, that thing that got your attention. They're going to connect it to their product or service.
Connect the dots.
Exactly. So in that investment example, it might be something like, investing in this strategy can help you achieve financial peace of mind.
Okay, I see. They're promising a solution to the problem they just highlighted.
Exactly. And notice how they're using those emotionally charged words again, right? Peace of mind. Who doesn't want that?
Nobody. It's brilliant, really.
But they can't just make empty promises, right?
Yeah, right. There's got to be some substance behind it.
Exactly. And that's something our research really emphasized, like the importance of honesty and transparency, even in marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're going to build trust with your audience, you got to be truthful.
Right. You can't just say whatever you want to get a sale.
Exactly. People can see through that eventually.
Right. It might work in the short term, but long term.
You got to be legit.
You got it.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the 3rd stage, the link.
The link, okay. What's that all about?
This is where they bridge the gap between that big promise, the financial peace of mind or whatever.
Right, the emotional hook.
And the actual product. How does this thing actually deliver on that promise?
Okay, so they got to get specific.
They do. In the investment example, it might be something like, our carefully curated portfolio is designed to weather market fluctuations, stuff like that.
So they're establishing credibility. They're showing you how their product actually works.
Exactly. They're backing up those emotional appeals with some concrete details.
Smart. Very smart.
Right. So they've got your attention, they've connected with your emotions, and now they're building trust.
What's next? Where do they go from there? What's the final stage?
That's right, the final stage.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with it.
So they've got you hooked, they've made that emotional connection, they've built some trust. Now it's time to seal the deal.
Time for the close.
Exactly. And that's the product stage. This is where they hit you with the specifics, the nuts and bolts of what they're offering.
Okay, so like in our investment example.
Exactly. It might be something like, we offer low fees, personalized service, and 204/7 access to your portfolio.
So it's all about overcoming objections at this point, right? Giving you those final nudges.
You got it. It's like they might offer a free trial, a discount, highlight a unique feature. Whatever it takes to get you to click buy now.
Make it irresistible.
Exactly. And our research, it highlighted this really clever tactic that marketers use throughout these 4 stages.
Oh, tell me more. I always love a good marketing tactic. What is it?
It's called the because.so chain.
The because.so chain. That's a new one on me. How does that work?
So basically, they're creating this chain of logical statements in your mind.
Okay, give me an example.
All right, so let's say you see an ad for like a new cleaning product.
Okay, I can see that.
And the ad starts with a question like, tired of spending your weekends scrubbing? And you think, well, yeah, who isn't?
Right.
Right.
Relatable problem.
Exactly. So that's the idea stage. They've got your attention by tapping into a common pain point.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Then they hit you with the communication stage. Something like, this product cleans even the toughest grime with just a spray.
Ooh, appealing to the desire for convenience. I like it.
Right. So now the because.so chain is starting to form in your mind. Because I hate scrubbing, and because this product promises to make cleaning a breeze.
So, I need to buy it.
Exactly. But they're not done yet.
Oh, there's more. Of course there's more.
Right. They're going to throw in a link, something like, a clean home leads to a calmer, happier life.
Ah, smart. Now they're appealing to a deeper desire, happiness, and peace of mind.
Exactly. And by now, that because.so chain, it's practically writing itself in your head, right? Because I want to be happy, and because a clean home supposedly leads to happiness, and because this product makes cleaning easy.
So I'm buying it. I'm sold.
Right. And then they hit you with the product stage. Our eco-friendly formula is tough on grime, but gentle on your surfaces.
Subtle. They snuck in the eco-friendly angle.
Exactly. So now, not only are you making a smart choice for your time, but you're also saving the planet.
They really know how to push those buttons, don't they?
They do. But here's the thing. Once you understand this because.so chain, it's like you have a superpower.
Oh, I like that. We're back to superpowers.
Right. You can start to see through the marketing matrix, like in the movie.
Become aware of the manipulation.
Exactly. Just because a statement feels logical in the moment, like, oh yeah, clean home, happier life, sure, it doesn't mean it always holds up to scrutiny.
You start to question those connections. Are they really valid? Does a cleaner home actually equal a happier life? Or is that just clever marketing?
That's the question. And that's the power of understanding these tactics. It doesn't mean marketing is bad or manipulative necessarily.
Right. It's just good to be aware.
And exactly. It's like knowing the magician's tricks. It doesn't ruin the magic, but it makes you appreciate the skill involved.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it makes you a more informed consumer, right? You can make more conscious choices.
Absolutely. And speaking of choices,
marketers are making choices too. Constantly.
You got it. They're not just creating these campaigns in a vacuum. They're constantly refining them, adapting them based on how people respond.
Always testing, tweaking, optimizing. It's a never-ending process.
It is. It's like they're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. There's a method to the madness.
And that's where the real magic happens, right? When you combine creativity with data and strategy.
Exactly. So how do they do it? How do they refine these campaigns so effectively?
Well, our research mentioned 2 cycles of refinement that marketers use. One's more about the big picture, and the other, it gets into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these cycles of refinement.
So the first one, it's called the PDCA cycle. Stands for Plan, Do, Check, Act.
Plan, Do, Check, Act.
Yep. It's a continuous improvement loop, basically. They plan out the campaign, launch it, and then...
They see what happens.
Exactly. They analyze the data, what worked, what didn't, and then they use that information to adjust and improve the next iteration.
Makes sense. It's like the world of marketing, it's constantly changing, right? So they got to stay flexible.
Exactly. It's all about adapting and evolving. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
You got it. But what about that second cycle of refinement you mentioned, the one that gets into the details?
Oh, yeah. That's where things get really interesting. Remember that 4-step copywriting framework we talked about? Idea, communication, link, product.
Yeah, those 4 stages.
Well, marketers can actually analyze each of those individual stages using that same 4-part structure.
Wait, what? So, like, they're zooming in on each step and breaking it down even further.
Precisely. It's like, you know those Russian nesting dolls? You open one up and there's another one inside.
I love those.
It's the same idea here. It's a fractal pattern of persuasion.
Wow, that's a cool way to put it. A fractal pattern of persuasion. So, like, they might take that link stage from our cleaning product example.
The clean home leads to a calmer, happier lifeline.
Exactly, and they'd analyze that statement using the idea, communication, link, product framework all over again.
Exactly. They might ask themselves, what's the underlying idea we're trying to convey with this link? How can we communicate that connection more effectively? Is there a stronger link we could make? And finally, how does this link ultimately lead to the product?
So they're like going deeper and deeper into each element.
Exactly. It's like taking your car in for a tune-up, but on a microscopic level.
That's wild. It's no wonder some of these marketing campaigns feel so incredibly persuasive.
Right. Like there's a whole team of people behind the scenes analyzing every single word, every image, every call to action.
It's kind of amazing when you think about it.
It is. It's a blend of art and science, really.
The art of persuasion. It's amazing, right? That all this strategy behind every ad, every billboard makes you look at them differently.
Right. Like I'll catch myself dissecting a marketing email now.
Yeah.
What were they going for with this?
It's like you said, knowledge is power. So any final thoughts for our listeners today? What's like the one big takeaway? You know, the thing you really want them to remember from this deep dive?
Well, next time you're looking at an ad or maybe browsing a website even.
Yeah, those online ads can be sneaky.
Totally. See if you can spot those 4 stages, that idea, communication, link, product thing.
Ooh, I like that. It's like a game.
Right. And try to see, like, what are they appealing to? Are they trying to get you emotionally invested?
Building trust, maybe?
Exactly. Or are they, like, creating a problem you didn't even know you had just so they can offer the solution?
So sneaky, but also kind of genius when you think about it.
Totally. But the point is, once you understand the game, you can be a better player, right?
You got it. It's like we're giving our listeners a superpower.
Right. The power to see through the matrix and make more conscious decisions about, well, everything.
Exactly. And isn't that what it's all about? This has been a great deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much.
You too.
Big thanks to everyone for listening in. Until next time.